Tell me about your dream last night.
Well, last night I had this crazy dream where I was in some forest and I was hunting, and I looked down and I saw my friend. He was down there fishing, and I spotted this grizzly bear that was coming up to chase him. And I whistled, but he was so far off that I knew he couldn't hear me. So I whipped out my camera, which takes awesome video clips, by the way, and I zoomed up and I videotaped this grizzly bear attacking the guy and just ripping him to shreds. It was quite graphic, and then the bear started coming up towards me, and I ended up shooting the bear. And somehow in my dream, this guy ends up being alright, and later on I get to show him this video, and it becomes sort of famous, and lots of people are excited that I took this video clip of this guy getting mauled by this bear. Yeah, it's a pretty exciting dream. It was the perfect guy's dream, at least for me it was. That's what I experienced last night on this ship.
I don't know if that would be a perfect guy's dream or a perfect West Virginian's dream. So with the Teil band gone, we decided to take a weekend off. We went to Kobe and got lost in the urban highway jungle. We went to some really old Japanese wood structures. Then we got on a ferry and went and looked at some really old Buddhist temples built, was it 500 or so years ago? Oh, one of the shrines was, 500 AD. We went to hang out with deer. They had these really tame deer that would walk right up to you. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. This little, about as high as your waist deer. Big rice paddles. I don't know what that was. We had lots of fun. We went on ferry rides, lots of train. So we all went to Hiroshima. Yeah, well, we're on our way back from Hiroshima, and I would say that on a scale from 1 to 10, this trip was really cool. And we had a great time at the memorial and walked around Hiroshima and got to see the A-bomb dome. Is that what it's called then? Yeah, and it's just this gutted remains of a big domed building that was there when the bomb fell, looking quite eerie in the middle of a modern city.
Everything was kind of measured in meters from the hypocenter. There were a lot of statues around, memorials, and there was a mass grave. Classes and communities, they bring 1,000 paper cranes and put them in little cages, so it seems like it's still very close to the hearts of Japanese. It's not something they have forgotten about.
We all went to Hiroshima. It was total craziness to see the once unhumanely flattened city. The park itself and the museums were just purely eerie. The tricycle was hard hitting for me. That bicycle Paul talked about is definitely really eerie to look at as well. It's like you can see everything, imagine it happening, and then here's the trike left.
There was this one place where they had all these letters important leaders in Hiroshima had written to the United States and other places in the world where they were doing nuclear weaponry testing, and all the letters were highly recommending that they not do these experiments. And then there's, later on, you come to a huge globe of the world, and it shows the different countries that have different numbers of nuclear warfare. And the United States and Russia had by far the most amount of atomic warfare, and it was very disturbing as an American to think that even despite seeing something this horrific, we're very much promoting the use of atomic warfare, or actually owning it, and we're still promoting it.
It makes you want to say no more Hiroshima, no more atomic bombs. It's not a plaything at all.
and I got to hear some really, really old school Japanese folk songs on the piano, and that just made me really almost go home to my childhood times. You're probably listening to it right now. We used to sing these songs as a class when I was in grade school in Japan. Man, it just took me right back to childhood.